Hey, okay, so I have a confession to make. My name is Dana, and I am a recovering control freak. Yep, I know. Kind of surprising, or not really. For those of you who have been following and you know that I used to be a dominatrix, it might not surprise you all that much that I was a control freak. You kind of think that people get into that profession because we are loving the control, and there's definitely an aspect of that. And the thing is that in business, being a control freak just did not serve me. I thought it served me. I really thought it did. I thought that my success, right? So I built a seven-figure business without doing any sales calls. Great. It's a cool thing to say. I could have sworn that being in control was what created that. But the reality is, when I really start looking at it, the reality is that it's when I give up control, when I let go, when I surrender, when I let things flow, when I drop into this space of following those niggles, following my intuition. That's when things drop in. When I get up in my control freak, that's when things go sideways and I drop into scarcity and fear, right? Because as someone who's a control freak, I gotta tell you that the scariest thing is being out of control. And yet, that's the very thing that I need to do. It's kind of ironic, right? The universe has a fucking warped sense of humor sometimes. I gotta tell you, really warped. Yeah. So it's this dichotomy of needing to give up control, needing to surrender, and yet at the same time, it's the scariest thing to do. It's scary as fuck, right? So those times when there's something really big at stake is the times when the control freak raises up the loudest and the biggest. And I would end up lashing out at people when my control freak was up and active. I remember this is a real and raw moment. Like, it's still kind of ugly when I think about it. And it was years ago, but there was a time, it was back in, it would be 2006. This is quite a while ago, right? I was far less evolved, far less self-aware. Okay, so come at it from that perspective. So here I am running this big business. I've got 2 massage clinics going on, and I decide I'm going to take on a bigger space. Control freak gets in place, and I'm like, I'm going to take on this bigger space, and we're going to build a bigger clinic, and it's going to be more beautiful and awesome, and everybody's going to love it. Didn't ask anybody a single question, and ignored the warning signs that my staff were ready to ditch me. Yeah. So here I take on this space that's twice the size, and I plan on renovating and spending all this money to renovate and create this beautiful space for the clinic. And the day, I mean, swear to God, the fucking day I took keys, they all gave me notice that they were leaving. 4 of them. 4 out of 5 massage therapists gave me notice that they were leaving. Most of them opening up shop together down the street. Awesome. Yay. Well, it's a whole lot less charged now. I was really super angry, and I made that whole situation way worse than it needed to be because I got so flippin' angry at them. And I was in the how dare you, and you're making my life harder, and don't you appreciate me, and all the crap that the control freak does that makes her life harder, his or her life harder, right? So if you are like me and a recovering control freak, or want to be a recovering control freak, and you want to smooth into having your business go with ease, which, by the way, I didn't explain that. So I have since transformed my business, and now I have weeks where it's like 18,000 drops into my bank account because I'm letting things connect. I'm letting things flow. That happens with ease. Or I end up getting a speaking agent position me that it doesn't normally happen, but she ended up pitching me to 4 different places. Like, this is the magic. When I'm out of my control freak and into the surrender, then the magic shows up, and the money shows up with the magic, by the way. There's your little carrot. So yes. So if you are a control freak and you've been successful and you are wondering why you can't get consistent results, it might be that it's time for you to wrestle with the control freak, face it head on, And I know it's scary, it's ugly, you don't want to let it go because you swear to God it's been the piece that has caused you to succeed. And I promise you, it has not. It's been the piece that has prevented you from succeeding way bigger than you've been doing. So if you have been doing multiple 6 figures or 7 figures and you want to go further, this is a piece that needs to get out. Just saying. Check in. Okay. Book Dana in. So book dana.in. Book your consultation with me and we can talk about getting rid of that control freak, or at least get it tamed, under control, so that you can get the magic showing up in your life and in your business. Mwah! Have fun.